I believe the victims feel like they received justice tonight.
Ends late last night, one involving sex crimes.
A prominent gay rights advocate talks about a pending bill in the state legislature.
And a cold front's producing more rain, but we're not cooling down. KRCG 13 Live at Noon starts right now.
Live from across mid-Missouri, this is KRCG 13 Live at Noon.
Good afternoon. Well, I should say, an unexpected ending to a sex crimes trial in mid-Missouri. This is one that ended late last night. Good afternoon and welcome to KRCG 13 Live at Noon. I'm Dick Preston.
And I'm Courtney Joden. After hours of deliberating last night by a Laclede County jury, a former mid-Missouri pastor decided to accept a plea deal for 3 separate cases.
Smith was accused of having a sexual relationship with a 16-year-old girl in 2005. Smith was her youth pastor at Pilot Grove Baptist Church in Montauk County. In court on Tuesday, he admitted to having sex with her, but he said it was after she turned 17, making it legal in Missouri.
Smith's deal required him to plead guilty to 2 counts of statutory rape, 2 counts of sodomy, and sexual abuse by forcible compulsion. The defense requested a mistrial, but that was denied.
I believe the victims feel like they received justice tonight.
Smith was sentenced to 4 years in prison to be served concurrently. He's also required to complete a sex offender program while in prison.
People opposed to a ballot proposal on same-sex marriage were back at the state capitol this morning to hear from a prominent gay rights activist. KRCG 13's Kermit Miller is there to tell us about the appearance of Michael Sam.
Dick, the focal point of the gay rights debate here continues to be Senate Joint Resolution 39. That's the question or the bill that would put a question on the Missouri ballot to protect business people and clergy from discrimination claims if they choose not to participate in same-sex weddings. Now, yesterday, about 200 supporters of that resolution rallied here. Today, it was people who want that bill defeated. They showed up to hear from Michael Sam, the former Missouri football star who became the first openly gay player in the NFL after he was drafted by the then St. Louis Rams. Sam told the audience, SJR,
this so-called religious liberty bill is just another way to undermine the dignity of the LGBT people and their families. As an athlete who grew up in a Christian home, 2 things were always made clear to me. First, treat every person, every team, and competitor with respect. Second, everyone should have an equal shot and start of equal playing field. What Missouri lawmakers are attempting to do, however, is to push an anti-LGBT resolution that assures LGBT people start at a loss.
SJR 39 cleared the Senate way back in early March, but it did not get a hearing in the House Emerging Issues Committee until a week ago Tuesday. And as we speak, that has not come out of that committee and onto the House floor. If it does and gets passed there, it could go to the ballot as early as August of this year. We will have more from this rally, more from Michael Sam, and this issue tonight at 5 and 6. Dick?
Thank you, Kermit. And as you could hear, this is April. It's time when you have thousands of visitors to the state capitol.
Oh, yeah, you can hear them roaring in there.
Echoey chambers, that's right. Well, some brief active storms moved through parts of mid-Missouri last night. In Ladonia in Audrain County, a small tornado briefly touched down shortly before 6:30.
A landspout touched down near the intersection of Highway 54 and 19. It was recorded by a video sent in by a viewer. There were no reported injuries. The only reported damage was to a barn roof. There were no active warnings at the time. The twister dissipated quickly. The National Weather Service says because of the all photographic evidence, it would not have to send out a team to survey the damage in Audrain County.
And now, your KRCG 13 Weather Authority First Weather.
Our weather is much quieter now compared to what we did see last night in some areas. A few thunderstorms moving through. A few spot showers at the moment. Skycam, Jefferson City, Scruggs Lumber Skycam at that. Showing cloudy skies, maybe a little bit of rain. Tough to tell with that view. We'll see a few showers this afternoon. Maybe a rumble of thunder here or there. Chances aren't that great. Temperatures trying to make their way into the upper 60s, may not get there. We fall in the lower 60s tonight. One more round of rain is coming. I'll tell you when it'll be here. But now let's go to Dick and Courtney.
Thanks, Zach. The presidential contenders turned their focus to 5 states holding primaries next week, including Pennsylvania. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton got a big boost in momentum and delegates last night after scoring decisive victories in New York's primary. Exit polls show voters on both sides believe the economy is the biggest issue of that campaign.
2 Michigan state regulatories and a Flint City employee are charged with evidence tampering and several other charges related to the Michigan City lead-tainted water crisis. The charges were filed this morning, nearly 18 months after Flint's water source was switched while the city was under state financial management. Residents drank and bathed in improperly treated water. Its annual Mid-Missouri attraction, but this year's event was marred by an accident.
One person was sent to a hospital after being struck by a float entry at the Camdenton Dogwood Festival parade on Sunday. Camdenton police say a utility trail ran over 67-year-old Susan Hammond's leg as she was putting a child on the float. Hammond was transported to a hospital by ambulance. New today at noon, Mid-Missouri veterans and others are looking for new careers at this hour. The Missouri Job Center and Columbia Daily Tribune are sponsoring this year's Spring Job Fair at Columbia's VFW Hall. 68 job workers walked through the doors during the first 15 minutes of the event. Veterans and others are meeting with more than 50 local recruiters and top employers. Some job seekers brought updated resumes, on-the-spot interviews.
We have some major healthcare facilities here. We have manufacturing facilities, just a huge variety everywhere from entry level to more professional level type jobs.
The job fair at Columbia's VFW Hall ends at 1 this afternoon. A similar fall job fair is scheduled for September. A stranded motorist and her 2 children are calling a Columbia police officer a hero.
Lieutenant Jeff Jones tells KRCG 13's Mark Slavitt he was just doing his job.
It happened Monday morning at one of the busiest intersections in Columbia. Police Lieutenant Jeff Jones saw a woman and 2 children inside a stalled car at the Interstate 70 and Highway 63 connector. After Jones jump-started the car, the woman told him she needed a new battery, but could not afford to buy one. Jones told the woman to go to a nearby Walmart. He bought and installed a new battery. The woman's car still would not start, so Lieutenant Jones drove the woman to work.
She actually had her car break down on the way to work, so I felt like, and she felt like, if I went in and let her boss know that she really did have a breakdown, that it would lend a little credibility to the situation.
Later that night, the woman went on Facebook and publicly thanked Lieutenant Jones. The woman told Jones a friend plans to fix her car at a discount rate. Lieutenant Jeff Jones does not want recognition for his act of kindness. Jones said it's just part of his job. He believes many of his co-workers would do the same thing.
Although I appreciate the attention, there's a lot of people here that are doing that quietly every day, and it goes unnoticed. But I appreciate that it got noticed this time.
Lieutenant Jones said this wasn't the first time he helped someone by reaching into his wallet, and it will likely not be the last time. In Columbia, Mark Slavitt, KRCG 13.
Jones manages the Community Outreach Unit. He's a 17-year Columbia police veteran.
You know, Dick, I've met Lieutenant Jones a few times on stories, and he's just such a wonderful guy.
There's lots of those good people out there. It's nice to know that. Coming up, Zach has our complete weather outlook. Plus, it's a scam that could be targeting your bank account.
We have the tips to keep you safe from ATM scammers. That's ahead on KRCG 13, live at noon.
And now, your KRCG 13 Weather Authority forecast.
It is yet another soggy day for mid-Missouri. We do have scattered rain showers passing through the area now, mainly for our central and eastern counties. And this may actually be the last bit of rain we see for today. There's going to be a small chance that a few showers could pop up as the afternoon rolls along, similar to yesterday. But as of now, it's looking like this may be the back edge that's just to the west of Jefferson City, spinning around an area of low pressure, and it's going to push towards the east and northeast. Don't have the rain, have some clouds, but there is a little bit of clearing out west near Kansas City. So we may be able to get a few peaks of sunshine for today. Slow us down, though. Take out that cloud cover. We'll zoom in on Cole County, where some of that rain is, just south of Jefferson City. And rainfall rate, not a whole lot, less than 0.2 of an inch per hour. And that's going to be the trend with this rain, not very heavy. In fact, on the day, we haven't picked up 1/10 of an inch, at least in mid-Missouri. Kansas City, just under 0.4 over there, but we're just lacking just a few hundredths in Columbia. Same with Marshall as well as Boonville. Now look at the winds coming from the south-southeast, somewhat on the strong side, sustained between about 5-15 miles per hour. As we said, our hour-by-hour wind speed model in motion. Watch what happens to these. They're going to calm down once that sun sets tonight. They're coming from the west, though. That's because of a cold front. And tomorrow we're going to get some wraparound cooler air from the northwest, cause those winds to come then from the northwest. They're going to be a little breezy at times like we have for today, but we're really not going to be cooling down a whole lot. Temperatures now in the 60s, 61 for Jefferson City, Fulton 1 degree shy of that. Rolla and Lynn are both at 63. Now here's what's happening across the region. Our pattern really hasn't changed a whole lot over the last couple of days. Warm, moist air is flowing in from the south towards an area of low pressure that's been spinning on its own just to our west. This same system is what brought all the snow to Colorado over the weekend and is responsible for that flooding over Texas. Fortunately, we don't have to worry about either of those. Get the details of the next 2 days with the hour-by-hour forecast. Setting this in motion, that rain will be out of here by the time we hit tonight. May get a bit of clearing overnight. That is going to lead to a cool start for tomorrow morning. Temperatures lower 50s at front just to our southeast at 7 a.m. Thursday. Clouds, though, are going to be back, and we have one final push of rain coming for Thursday afternoon and the evening hours. Nothing severe with this, just like today. We're not going to be seeing anything severe weather. Very spotty, very hit or miss. We're all dry by the time we hit late Thursday. Early Friday, a few clouds are going to move back in, wrapping around from that area of low pressure. The sunshine should take over by Friday afternoon. Now, as far as today is concerned, we may see a little bit of sun. We have scattered cloud cover coming and a little bit of rain. That should move out. Try to get to 69. Might be tough. May not make it there if those clouds hold on a little bit longer. Tonight, 53s are low, partly cloudy. Here's a 7-day forecast. Temperatures back into the 70s tomorrow. 73 will do it. Then we have sunshine here after that rain is gone Thursday night. Friday, 71, sunny. And we're staying sunny, dry through the weekend. Hopefully you can get outside, enjoy it, take the dog for a walk, play some golf, go for a run, anything. Saturday is at 75. We're then in the 80s on Sunday, up to 82. Still in the 80s on Monday, but rain chances are back, albeit not that great of a chance. We have another chance, though, on Tuesday. It'll drop our temperatures. So nice, though, 74.
You didn't mention cut the grass.
Oh, well, I'll leave that to you.
All right.
All this rain's great for all those gardens, everyone's gardens.
Yeah, they do that. I'm ready for some sun, though.
I am, too. I'm ready to put my umbrellas and rain boots away.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Zach. Coming up, Howard is an old favorite, but not done the usual way.
We've discovered how to cure those comfort food cravings. And is it ever easy to whip up?
News or go to quickenloans.com for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze.
There's something about this time of year that makes us crave comfort foods. You know, the dishes that warm us up from the inside out. If that sounds like your cup of tea, then I know you're going to love what we're whipping up today. It's a slow cooker version of chicken and dumplings that's from our new Cook It Slow, Cook It Fast cookbook, so you know it's going to be easy. We begin by adding to our slow cooker a couple of cans of cream of chicken soup, water, a rotisserie chicken that we've shredded up, a couple of cups of frozen mixed vegetables, a bit of flour, and a little black pepper. After we give that a quick mix, we take a tube of refrigerated buttermilk biscuits, cut them into pieces, and gently fold them into the sauce. Then we just turn it on and let it do its thing while we do ours. And since we start off with shortcut ingredients like the rotisserie chicken, frozen veggies, and refrigerated biscuit dough, we can throw this together in minutes. Let me tell you, come dinner time, nothing is more welcoming or warming. Just look how the dough plumps up into the tastiest dumplings you've ever had. As always, the recipe for our shortcut chicken and dumplings is online now, along with info on our new book. A dish like this will really hit the spot this time of year. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a more comforting way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Coming up, it's a scam at the ATM.
How to protect you and your family and your bank account. That's ahead when KRCG 13 Live at Noon continues.
On Thursday.
Your bank account could be at risk of a scam that's growing in popularity. It's called ATM skimming.
Your bank card can be duplicated and then used for purchases without your knowledge. Josh Elliott reports incidents of that crime have increased by more than 500%.
I did research into the transactions on my bank account. I was kind of like, maybe I did go to Subway, until you saw it was in Canada.
Matt Bretzius says he used his bank card at an ATM inside Harrah's Resort Casino during a night out in Atlantic City. The next morning, just hours later, he found more than a dozen fraudulent charges on his bank account.
I had a missed call from the fraud department of my bank. They said, you know, it looks like your card's been skimmed. They told me they froze the account.
Software company FICO, which audits hundreds of thousands of ATMs nationwide, says instances of skimming rose 546% between 2014 and 2015.
We monitor all of the ATM networks here in the United States.
TJ Haran, Vice President of Fraud Solutions at FICO, says 60% of skimming incidents were recorded at ATMs that were not affiliated with a specific bank.
In a convenience store or in a gas station, organized financial crime rings have found out that there is some weakness here.
Somebody had gotten my number. They printed it and imprinted it into like a physical plastic card, and then they were just using it as like a point-of-sale swipe at all these different places.
Cards with microchips have become the new industry standard because they cannot be duplicated. Some banks, meanwhile, have rolled out new cardless ATMs where consumers, in fact, use smartphones instead of actual plastic cards. As always, contact your bank if you suspect that your card or PIN number have been compromised, and check your account frequently. Josh Elliott, CBS News, New York.
There's the best advice right there, is check your account very often. Zach has a recap of our weather when the news continues.
We'll be back here live at KRCG at noon.
Centers.com.
Well, today is a sad anniversary, the 17th anniversary of the Columbine school shooting. That's when 18-year-old Eric Harris and 17-year-old Dylan Klebold opened fire in 1999 inside Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado. 12 students, 1 teacher were killed, 23 others wounded after the shootings. Harris and Klebold then turned the guns on themselves. The Columbine school shooting is still ranked as one of the worst mass shootings in U.S. history, one of the country's deadliest school shootings. One we can't forget.
Yeah. Well, Zach, let's look at the forecast one more time before we go for the afternoon.
Yeah, let's do it. You know, you're asking me, was that rain on the roof?
Yeah.
And it is. Showers passing through the area now. Relatively scattered. Nothing too intense. We'll try to get to the upper 60s today. May get a little bit of clearing. Clouds, though, may hang on until at least tonight. Final round of rain tomorrow in the 70s. Dry for the weekend, warming to the 80s by Sunday.
And that's a look at your news and weather.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon. We'll see you back here at 5 o'clock.